the industry that we're here today, forming this cluster around, is very important.
Connecticut is very uniquely positioned to participate in the future of health sciences. We have not only a well-educated workforce and some fabulous research institutions, but we have this nice proximity with New Haven, Hartford, Storrs, and Farmington. And if we can capitalize on that proximity as well as those factors of educated workforce and research institutions, I think we can be more successful together than we are as individual units.
We should be the Silicon Valley of healthcare because we have all of these many healthcare assets and health insurance, pharmaceutical, medical device, academic health center assets in Connecticut. We should be the Silicon Valley. And coming out of that Alliance meeting, and to its great credit, Oz and the Alliance jumped on this idea. We said, we can do this, and we can do it better.
Well, that was the objective, to make it as broad as possible, and not only include companies that are sort of healthcare deliverers or provide products, but also companies like law firms and accounting firms that have significant healthcare practice. Because in one room at one time, you bring together people that are invested in the healthcare industry in probably dozens of different ways. I mean, I remember when we had Bob London at the kickoff a year ago last December, and 400 people in the room. I don't think there's been a gathering that brought together so many key people in the healthcare industry at one time in Connecticut ever.
The council gives us an opportunity to really give back to the community. You know, healthcare overall has a lot of very meaningful jobs. Here at Connecticut Children's Medical Center, there are 2,200 of us that work here, but they're meaningful not in the sense of just the compensation that you're paid for doing the work, but it's meaningful to the people you care for. So what this really does is offer us an opportunity for us throughout the state to share in not just bringing meaning and jobs to the state, but bringing meaning to the citizens of the state of Connecticut in their daily lives, the healthcare of their daily lives.
Again, I think it really has been an extreme high caliber of professionals who have come in to be a part of the board, to speak, to participate in it. It's been just a wealth of knowledge for me coming from the behavioral health side to be able to learn really what other industries are doing and what they're thinking in terms of behavioral health.
We've had some great conversations at some of the events with folks in Hartford, folks in New Haven, and I think it's getting everyone to understand that we're a very small state and that we have the ability to work together on some of these initiatives. I do think that there sometimes tends to be walls between the service delivery organizations as well and the research organizations, and this has been the one area where I think they can come together pretty nicely.
Just meeting with people in the industry and finding how they are planning their futures is very informative, and it helps to inform your own strategy. And as has happened in the financial services cluster, over time I think you start to see opportunities for workforce development, and the labor pool is all important to all of us, so we can all invest in that collectively.
We're at Connecticut Children's Medical Center right here. Since 2008, the start of the Great Recession overall, we've lost over 60,000 jobs in the state of Connecticut. Now, we've gotten some of those back, but we lost a lot. We've added 350 jobs here. That's what's possible in the healthcare industry throughout the state, is to really grow this as a sector in the state and as a destination for many of the great people that we are able to attract around the country, the best and the brightest of the physicians and clinical researchers that we have at this place. That is an opportunity for the state you just can't pass up.
But we pick up insights and volunteers for our business advisory committees so that when we produce a healthcare administration concentration or health information management bachelor's degree, we've got people advising us on what the content of those programs should be who are eventually going to hire our graduates. It's perfect.
Take advantage of the presence of the council and talk it up to other companies in and outside of Connecticut as one of the state's economic advantages.
It's been incredible. I never thought it would be this good. I never thought it would be this good in terms of the growth and the number of players we have joining us and in the quality of the speakers that have been coming to us, from national experts throughout the country to even folks within our own state that we've been able to bring here. And that happens because of the membership.
I think that the Health Council is part of the way towards its final evolution. So I think it's assembled the right players around the table. I think it's established its value as a statewide entity to all of us who are around that table. And now I'm looking forward to it producing actual, what I would call products, subsets of that, having those right people around the table. And the one that interests me is this supply chain relationship between the employers and us, the suppliers.
One of the main objectives that I see is really of the coordination of services. I know we're talking a lot about that in healthcare, about really having care coordinators and coordinating patient services, but I really think we also need to come together as a system and really have all of us know what are the resources out there so that we're not duplicating resources, and what are the needs so that we can really focus our resources and our energy.
If we can get more companies, more institutional involvement in these organizations, I think the economic growth that can come from developing new companies is going to be really important. And I think it's that critical mass that we all have to focus on, because it can't happen without people paying attention to it. I think we have great seeds here, and if we ignore the seeds, they're just not going to grow the way they could.
I think we made a bigger bang than just about anybody imagined. And now we've got really a viable organization going further. We're going to build it out more. We're going to make it better as time goes on. But we have all the right to celebrate what has really been a great year so far for the council.